Chapter 8. Lahiri Mahashaya's Kriya Yoga, 3rd part. Higher Kriyas, 2, 3, 4. The art of Thokar. Thokar is the art of forcing, pushing, energy from the body, precisely from the head or lungs, somewhere in the spine to unlock a knot, an inner obstacle. Thokar in its variants represents the perfection of Kriya Pranayam. The ancient texts of Hatha Yoga say that pranayam without the three bandhas, Jalandhara, Mula and Uddiyana, is useless. They say also that the bandhas are useless without Mahaveda. Well, all the bandhas are contained in Thokar and the Mahaveda is in that form of Thokar that we call fourth Kriya. The practice of Thokar is always preceded by the practice of Kriya Pranayam and, if possible, by the practice of Navi Kriya. Second Kriya. Elementary form of Thokar. You focus your concentration on the two upper parts of the lungs, first the right, then the left, guiding the energy from the left lung into the heart chakra. This happens in a sharp way. This way is called Thokar. Third Kriya. Advanced form of Thokar. You do the same action as in second Kriya, but you repeat it many times while holding your breath. Fourth Kriya. Complete form of Thokar. After inhalation, guide the energy down from the head to the lungs, then from the lungs to the heart chakra. The energy does not stop there. Actually, the energy is guided in a strong way to hit, awakening them, the third, the second and the first chakra. Fourth Kriya with Mahaveda. After the inhalation, guide the energy down from the head to the lungs, then from the lungs directly to the Muladhara chakra location. There you apply the procedure of Mahaveda, which is the well-known Tadan. Second Kriya. Elementary form of Thokar. Initial inhalation. All these techniques begin with a Kriya inhalation, moderately contract the muscles at the base of the spine. Inhale and at the same time rise the awareness along the spinal column. Interlaced hands are placed over the navel to create a mental pressure over the first three chakras. This pressure is perfected by adding the practice of Uddiyana Bandha. During the inhalation, lift the chin following the inner movement of the prana, mentally chant Om in each chakra. Or you can mentally chant the syllables of the Vasudeva mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om is chanted in the first chakra, Na in the second, Mo in the third, Bha in the fourth, Ga in the fifth and Ba in Bindu. Hold your breath. Specific part of this second Kriya. Move your head a few millimeters to the left, then return to the center with your chin slightly up. Without stopping, turn your face to the right. The chin goes down a bit to get closer to the front of the right shoulder. There should be no stress in this movement. Mentally chant Ti at the top of the right lung. Then slowly move your head to the symmetrical position by mentally placing Wa at the top of the left lung. The syllable Su is vibrated in the center of the heart chakra. The singing of the syllable Su involves a precise stimulus in the heart chakra. This is the simple Thokar that appears in the second Kriya. While you hit this chakra, intensify the practice of the Mula Bandha. While exhaling, go ahead intensifying the energy of the heart. Repeat very slowly D, Wa, Ya in the heart chakra. Repeat the procedure at least 12 times. Then breathe naturally. Close your practice with mental pranayam. Third Kriya. Advanced form of Thokar. Initial inhalation, which is the same of the previous technique. Specific part of this third Kriya. Move your head a few millimeters to the left, then return to the center with your chin slightly up. Without stopping, turn your face to the right. The chin goes down a bit to get closer to the front of the right shoulder. There should be no stress in this movement. Mentally chant Ti at the top of the right lung. Then slowly move your head to the symmetrical position by mentally placing Wa at the top of the left lung. The syllable Su is vibrated in the center of the heart chakra while directing the chin near the center of your chest with a rapid movement. This produces a hit, thokar, in the center of the heart chakra. Do not exhale. Repeat the Teva Su procedure. Repeat means raise your chin and focus for an instant your awareness to Bindu where you vibrated the sixth syllable Ba. Move your head a few millimeters to the left, then return to the center with your chin slightly up. Without stopping, turn your face to the right. Vibrate T at the top of the right lung. Then move your head to the symmetrical position by mentally placing Wa at the top of the left lung. Then practice again thokar on the heart by vibrating Su in it. Repeat and repeat. Teva Su, Teva Su, Teva Su. Feel the irradiation of light increasing, maintaining the state of Kumbhaka. Keep it until you feel that it is correct to stop and exhale. To give an idea of the speed of the movements, the entire process from inhalation to exhalation with 12 repetitions of the rotation of the head, each rotation concluding with the movement of the chin toward the chest, lasts around 80 seconds. This technique is to be practiced once a day. A first counsel to increase comfortably the number of rotations traditionally. One begins with 12 cycles of the head movements unhurriedly during one single breath and increases by one every day up to 200 repetitions. This Kriya is considered mastered when one reaches 200 rotations without interrupting the Kumbhaka state. It is imperative not to feel uneasiness. Do not force is the pressing recommendation. Now, how is it possible to achieve the goal of 200 rotations without interrupting the Kumbhaka state comfortably? Satisfying this request appears very difficult, almost impossible. Almost all Kriyabans are jammed after 30 to 40 repetitions while gasping for breath. Does the solution lie in going ahead rotating your head much more quickly? No. This would be silly. Please consider what I am explaining now. When you feel you have neared your limit holding your breath, while keeping the chest expanded and the abdominal muscles and diaphragm contracted and immobile, let a minimal, almost imperceptible, sip of air go out whenever the chin is lowered toward the chest and let an imperceptible sip of air enter whenever the chin is brought up. Do not do any specific act of inhaling or exhaling. Relax and allow this phenomenon happen of its own accord. The sensation will always be of not breathing at all. In other words, if you want to go ahead comfortably with this practice, you must give up the idea of keeping a perfect Kumbhaka while trying to reach the 200 rotations goal. The counsel to renounce a perfect Kumbhaka is strange. But if you go ahead with this and repeat it a sufficient number of times, usually it's a matter of a couple of months, one day you will make a beautiful discovery. This strategy is no more necessary. Thanks to the effect of this practice upon the ganglia exerting an influence on the central cardiorespiratory mechanisms, the practice happens in better and better conditions, until one day you will be able to complete the 200 rotations without breathing and without hurry. You will experience a state of consciousness characterized by heightened feeling of freedom from physical laws. It is a matter of inner realization, an instinct which is discovered in time. The advice that I have given can seem a desecration, however, it works. A second counsel, to increase comfortably the number of rotations, to be applied before starting your third Kriya. Before starting the third Kriya procedure, inhale slowly and steadily through your nose and at the same time pull in the stomach and lift up the perineum. While inhaling, mentally repeat Om, Na, Mo, and raise the prana to the upper part of the lungs. Then partially relax the muscles of the thoracic cage as if you were going to begin a new inhalation. Focus your attention on the upper part of your rib cage. A part of this attention goes to the base of the spine. Mentally chant Om, 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 rapidly, about 2 chants of Om per second, feeling your awareness like an ant, crawling up the innermost channel of the spine millimeter by millimeter from Muladhara upwards. After no more than 4 to 6 seconds, you'll have reached the heart chakra. Go up further. in the region between the fourth and the fifth chakra, the region related to the upper part of lungs and chest. You will perceive a real, tangible freedom from the breath. Be sure to feel prana pervade the rib cage and become calm and stable there. Well, taking this as a basis, utilize the best attitude you have to reach a real, tangible freedom from the breath. Remain stable in this state, without ever letting the abdomen and the rib cage relax and the prana slide down. In this mental and physical state, apply the first counsel given before and practice your third Kriya. You will discover how beautiful and comforting is the experience of rotating your head with te, wa, su, te, wa, su, while the breath seems frozen in the thorax region. Fourth Kriya, complete form of thokar. Initial inhalation which, as we have said, is always the same. Specific part of this fourth Kriya. Move your head to the left of few millimeters. Then return to the center with chin slightly up. Without stopping, turn your face toward right. The chin goes down a bit to get closer to the front of the right shoulder. Vibrate T at the top of the right lung. Then slowly move your head to the symmetrical position by mentally placing wa at the top of the left lung. Holding your breath and starting from the upper part of the right lung where you again chant te, repeat the movement of your head and place va at the top of the left lung. Then there is a movement of the chin to hit the third chakra with the syllable su. Yes, the same syllable you have utilized to hit the fourth chakra dot. In a similar way you hit the second chakra and then the first chakra Muladhara where, after su, you also chant the final syllables divaya. During these 4 movements of your head, each movement is of course one thokar. You have always held your breath. This procedure is lived in the Kumbhaka state. Exhale feeling an ecstatic state. Repeat the whole procedure at least 12 times. Then breathe naturally. Now consider if you want to go ahead intensifying the practice of hitting the Muladhara chakra. Fourth Kriya with Mahaveda. Initial inhalation which, as we have said, is always the same. Specific part of this fourth Kriya with Mahaveda, move your head to the left of few millimeters. Then return to the center with chin slightly up. Without stopping, turn your face toward right. The chin goes down a bit to get closer to the front of the right shoulder. Vibrate T at the top of the right lung. Then slowly move your head to the symmetrical position by mentally placing wa at the top of the left lung. From this position there is a movement of the chin to hit the Muladhara chakra with the syllable su. When you come down with thokar, you are holding your breath, lift your body with the help of the hands, a few millimeters, and then let the buttocks touch the seat with a mild jolt. Thokar and Muladhara happens in this moment. Have 3 jolts, be sure that you are holding your breath during them. Then exhale, slowly and deeply. Relax any tension. Perceive an ecstatic feeling. This detail is very important. It is a signal that the prana has entered the spine and Kundalini starts its travel upwards. The mental energy, not just the physical action, that you put in this exercise is a decisive factor. Repeat this Kriya for 6 to 12 times. Wait months before increasing.